I'm Patty Barnes, principal of North Elementary School here at Person County Schools in Roxboro, North Carolina. I started here in April of last year and started noticing very quickly, that we have a different set of hurdles than most teachers have.
Principal Patty Barnes finds herself with the challenge of a lifetime. She's working to break the cycle of poverty and to get her kids excited about learning. It is a challenge she and the teachers and staff at North Elementary in Roxboro face every day.
The things that I've taught, that the biggest difference between a typical school and an exemplary school is when and how teachers plan. The biggest thing I think I did this summer that's changed the environment of our school was to restructure their schedule to where they have 80 minutes of common planning every day. And it's made a huge difference.
Napkin, that's right.
With planning comes more guided reading and professional development, and the mantra that every child will learn to read and read well. And early results show that added emphasis is working.
And the exciting thing is that the middle of the year testing, North students, poverty students that are not supposed to be able to learn, outperform the district average in growth and proficiency grades K-3 for their reading. I mean, that's just enough to shout the cows home. We're so excited.
We're getting together and working together and seeing what's best for the students, what's working in other classrooms and sharing out. Starts with an L.
Pamela Parham has been teaching at North her entire 21-year career, and she sees and feels the positive change around school.
We're all working together, trying to do the best for all the kids. And it's not just one person here, one person there.
And when you see that growth, that has to make you feel good.
Oh, yes. And it makes these kids feel good.
If I get angry, I brush it all off and I turn it into positive energy.
And then you make a killer basket, right? Yeah.
Fifth grader Trayvon is also seeing better grades after working with his mentor, Francisco. Francisco is a local pastor and comes to the school during the week to volunteer his time. Francisco says he's paying it forward after someone helped him when he was a boy.
In a way, I see myself a lot where Trayvon is in his life. I can imagine when I was a fifth grader, there was a lot of things that I could have been doing, getting in trouble outside of the school and stuff, but there were people in my life that had a positive impact. And in reality, I'm just doing with Trayvon what somebody else did to me when I was growing up, and just kind of teaching them some of the basic things that I learned as a kid, that somebody else older took a vested interest in me and kind of coached me.
I bet they did.
Others in the community want to make a difference. People like business leader Don Buckner, who once saw North teachers paying for coats for kids with their own money. That's when he decided to step up and help with supplies and support.
It was a cold day. She said, we have 2 children that came to school today without coats. That's the first time I had ever been in North Elementary.
Hey, if they don't make one, it's okay.
If you have a child that needs to know something, or a teacher that needs a piece of material to teach that child, then they need it at that time, not 6 weeks from now when the need is gone.
Now Principal Barnes has opened a parent resource room that sells donated clothing and books for $1 or so. And the parents are proud because the money funds field day at school.
I would love that all of our parents would trust us enough to be a part.
As the school works to cultivate relationships with parents, there are already parents who volunteer weekly and notice the positive changes going on.
So when you walk into school, you're able to see on the board out there positive things about the kids, because we have what's called positive office referrals. They find something good about a child each and every week.
Ultimately, I want North students, I don't know if you've ever heard of the term 90-90 school. 90% free and reduced lunch, poverty, 90% on grade level. That's the research that you can have those kinds of schools. They're few and far between, but it can be done. And I believe that if we set those processes in place, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, James.